Josh and Tommy at Watch Hill Proper. This week we are going to review our Jack Daniel's single barrel proof pick. So Tommy did not go on this pick. I took a few members down to pick our Jack barrel. It is here now, so we're gonna do this review. It's gonna be on our bottle club this month.
Oh, so yeah, that's right.
Kind of
that's
do a little promo of our bottle club. So we've started a bottle club. It's you commit to one bottle a month. Typically, it's going to be one of our barrel picks, but we also have it's a whiskey and wine bottle club. So you have the option, if you like wine, you can get a wine bottle of the month.
Yeah, looking forward to this start. This is going to be fun.
This is our second month of doing it. So this month, in the month of June 2024, we're doing our barrel pick of Jack Daniel's. So this is our second barrel pick at Jack Daniel's, pick number 17 overall that we've done. And gosh, I can't even remember when we picked this. It was.
Look at that color, man.
I feel like it was it this year? It was early 2024, I think.
Early this year.
January, February.
Yeah.
It was a nice day. I remember walking around the square. We did Mary Bobo's and the whole deal.
You got to do all that.
Beautiful distillery.
Yeah.
I mean, first class all around. I've never been to a distillery that's as amazing as Jack Daniel's Distillery. It's one of a kind. It's one of one.
It's one of a kind for sure. Just the sheer vastness of it. I mean, they own that whole town. I mean, everywhere. But it's just, what a facility. It's great.
Yeah. So if you've ever had a Jack Daniel's whiskey of any kind, everything was made at that distillery.
That's right.
Everything, which is just crazy to think about.
Yeah, the volume that they put out is amazing.
It's pretty amazing. Massive stills. They've just got these massive stills that are just running all the time. Bunches of bottling lines and the whole deal. So if you ever go down to Jack Daniel's, anyway, enough about them, but it's a fantastic place to go and visit. You can almost always get on a tour of some sort. And
what I would say about Jack Daniel's is, I think when you say Jack Daniel's, instantly the black label, Old Number 7, comes into play. I don't think either one of us are big fans of that.
Nope.
There's something very, very different, about they do a barrel or a 100 proof version, but nothing comes close to the single barrel proof. It just doesn't. It is it's a caliber of whiskey that is on, up there with Booker's and Elijah Craig, straight from the barrel, and all of those upper echelon, those really good barrel proofs, Knob Creek barrel proof for sure, or the 120 for sure. But there's just something about it. So I think the negative connotation that kind of comes along with it's Jack Daniel's, but it's different. This isn't normal Jack Daniel's black label. There's just something about it. And, we've tasted enough of these, and, you being there twice and I've been there once, or you may have been there even more times than that. Being able to go through those, there's really not a bad one that I remember tasting. They were all upper tier. Our first one that I did go on, kind of just stood out a little bit.
Well, it just took double gold or double platinum.
I just took double platinum at the Ascot's. There's just something about that whiskey coming straight from the barrel. So give it a chance if you've never tried it for sure. It's just fantastic whiskey.
Yeah. Well, and it's nothing like their number 7. It's just totally different. It's to me, it's kind of like, I always think about like cars. You have, you kind of have your basic version, like your Honda, Toyota, or Nissan, but then you have the luxury version.
Yeah.
The Acura and the Lexus and this is the luxury version for me of Jack Daniel's. It's just next level.
I love the fact that they've gone out and done some line extensions. I think them and Makers are kind of on this foot race to see, because they were both stagnant for so long. It was Jack Daniel's and it was Maker's Mark. And then, they've done the triple mash, and I think they did a bottled and bond. And so I like the fact that they are expanding, kind of their footprint, but this is where it's at.
Yeah.
If you want to try one Jack Daniel's product, this is it.
Their barrel proof ryes.
That's true. Their barrel proof rye whiskey is unbelievable too.
Because we had the choice. We could have picked a barrel proof rye or a barrel proof bourbon this time around. We took the bourbon.
Yeah.
but the rye's not bad either.
Maybe 25. We get a rye.
So it's been a long time since I've had this.
Yeah.
Since we picked it. On the nose.
What's the proof on this? I didn't even look.
My bad. The proof is 126.2.
I can see that.
Yeah,
I can see that.
It's hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't use alcohol forward a whole lot, but this is, it's got a good nose, but you can, certainly this is not a 90 proof whiskey.
I'm going to go back to the nose. There's nothing like this. This is like, I always end up describing bourbon in colors. This is dark. It's licorice, dark fruits, but also like brown sugar, like just a dark brown sugar.
Man, just that mouthfeel. It's just, man, it's really good. That mouthfeel is unbelievable.
But these barrel proofs always punch.
They do.
There's something in there that's like a gut punch. You know what I mean? Just like there's a...
Yeah, it's different from other barrel proofs.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a note in there that old number 7, to me there's a note, and I don't know if it's the charcoal or whatever it is. There's something in there where the nut, to me it's a put off note in the number 7, but it shines in the barrel proof.
Maybe it's just I don't know if that's an extra aging they don't age state these. So
no.
I remember when we tasted them, they were all over the board. So a real brief description is Tennessee whiskey doesn't want to be called bourbon, and that's really where it begins and ends. They don't want to be called a bourbon. I'm not going to get into the argument of should it be called a bourbon. I mean, there's so many social media posts out there, people battling over the internet on whether it should not be. The difference is that they use what's called the Lincoln County process. The Lincoln County process is think of 2 boards of drywall. In between there, it's filled up with sugar, maple charcoal. It's just a dripping process. They drip, drip, drip. It runs through the charcoal, and that's the product that you get. Whether that has anything to do with adding or subtracting flavor, to me, charcoal is a deduction. Some would say that it's an addition, but like I said, that argument I've heard 1,000 times, and really, who cares if they want to call it whiskey?
I do think whatever flavor comes from that process is what makes them different. I think there's just something in the note. There's a note in this that you don't get in typical bourbon.
I don't know if it's terroir, if it's where they are aging it. I don't know if that could be it. They do, they have their own cooperage.
They have their own water source too.
Their water source, their cooperage, whether they're, their char level. I don't know. Something proprietary to them is what is setting them apart. Mm-hmm. And so it's just different. And I love barrel proof whiskey. I love barrel proof whiskey. But this is different. This is different from a Booker's and an Elijah Craig barrel proof. It just is.
So on the nose, I'm going back to the nose. I'm getting like dark dried fruits, like dates, raisins.
Yeah, and it's typical. That's a typical nose for their barrel proof stuff.
Little sweet,
I think.
like a little brown sugar.
It's so weird. This is actually...
I get like graham cracker on the taste now. Now I'm getting more graham cracker. And then on the finish is on the back, I think it's a little bit of that char, a little bit of that charcoal, a little bit of that dark, whatever that note is. Yeah. It's on the finish.
There's a little bit of something light on the front palate. I don't know what it is. It's not watery. That's not the term that I'm looking for, which is a little different for their barrel proof Jack Daniels that I've had. But that finish, my gosh, man, that finish is right in your face. It's just, I mean, it's just fantastic. I
Yeah.
mean, it drinks what the proof says it should drink at.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I love, yeah. It's good. It's good. It's, you know, getting the bottle club. I love the fact that we're going to start doing that. I think we're going to come up with some really cool barrel picks to put in that bottle club, and it's a way that, you know, if you're in it, you're pretty well guaranteed that you're going to get you, unless we have 1,000 members and we only have 180 bottles, then we'd have to work something out. But, you know, to be able to get something like this at a really good price, to me, is worth the bottle club.
Oh yeah.
So,
Yep. And you get loyalty points and stuff
Yeah.
for being in the club.
yeah,
So yeah, we're definitely we're excited about
for sure.
about that.
Even though I wasn't there, it's a good pick.
So what are you going to give it on the nose?
It's solid, man. I mean, I think my numbers are going to go lower, higher, or lower, lower, higher. I think it's going to go on the nose. I think it's about a solid 8 to me. The front palate, to me, you know what? On the nose, I think I'll go 8.1 because I want to go 7.8 or 7.9 on the front palate, and then the finish, I want to go like an 8.2 or 8.3. I think that's very fair for this. The finish could even be a little higher than 8.3, to be honest. But there's something on the front palate that's a little different than most barrel picks. It's almost like it's light, and then it's like, oh no, I'm not light.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm not light. And then it picks back up, and I'm still getting it right now. So I think the finish is even a little higher than the 8 or 8.2 that I was going to give it. I would actually go a little bit higher than that.
Yeah, I'm game for all of that. I feel like, yeah.
It
I'm
drinks
in the same-
fantastic.
It doesn't drink as well as our number one.
It does not.
Our first pick.
But I was trying not to say that.
I know, but I just had to say it because, like, that is a special bottle. That first one.
There's no question. It's as good a whiskey as I've ever had. It is that good. I certainly didn't want to say that this is not as good, but this is fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this is Jack Daniel's barrel proof, you know, at its core.
Yeah.
Our number one was just a freak.
Yeah, it was.
It was freaky good. And so, you know, luckily, I think I have one bottle of that
Yeah.
left, and it's in a safe at my
I have a
house.
few.
And the safe is to keep me from it.
I have a few. Yeah. But I hate to, you know, it's kind of like, you know, when you go to that place that's world renowned, and then, you know, like, we scuba dive a lot, you know what I mean? We went to Belize as one of our first dives.
Oh,
and
yeah.
not everything's compared to that, and it's
Yeah.
kind of like,
Oh, I
isn't-
see.
This isn't as good as that was. You know, it's fun, but like,
Yeah,
it's not.
I
as-
see where you went.
You know, so like, I hate it that we had such a good bottle right out of the gate.
I hope-
because if we'd have reviewed that, it'd been a 9+.
Oh, no question.
I mean, it was. So
And even
good.
when I was nosing, sipping, waiting for the finish, I was constantly comparing the two.
I know. And I hate that.
I'll
I hate
never
that.
forget that first profile.
But I hate that because this is on its own. What, we're going to give it an 8, 8.1
I would say
overall?
it's at least worthy of an 8.1, 8.2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
We didn't review our first one.
No.
And yeah. Yeah.
The Ascot panel got to review it
Yeah.
this past month, and they thought it was double platinum.
Yeah.
It's so good. But anyway, so yeah, what do 8.1? I'm good with 8.1.
8.1. We'll go 8.1.
8.1's fine.
It's good. Get in the bottle club and get your bottle of this. You will not regret it, I promise.
Oh, for sure not. So that's our review of our barrel pick number 17 from Jack Daniel's. See you next time.
See ya. Hey guys, I'm Tommy. This is Josh. We're the owners of Watch Hill Proper. We are the largest American whiskey bar in the world. We're located in Louisville, Kentucky. We'd love for you guys to come out and visit us. We offer, elevated cuisine, great cocktail list, and the wall is what people show up to see.
Definitely can satisfy your palate from standpoint of whiskeys, different bourbons, different flights. You can make your own, but we have wines, cocktails. Michael Crouch is our chef.
I was going to say,
Amazing food. So we'd love to have you come out and visit. Join us for dinner. Join us for a tasting. Check us out on the website, watchhillproper.com. You can make reservations. You can see our events that we have on the calendar, and we'd love to have you.